Hey everybody, A.C. here. I wanted to put out a quick video and talk to you about the American Constitution Coalition. You guys heard me mention this earlier in previous lives, and now I want to bring you some information. I want you for a minute to imagine that we could get enough American citizens, enough free-thinking American citizens on board to have a cohesive discussion about affecting change in this country. For I can't even tell you how long now we have been divided amongst militias, conservatives, right-wing, left-wing, politician, non-political, religious, atheist, all of these divisions of American citizens. When in fact, one unifying factor about all of us is the Constitution itself. The Constitution is what gives us our rights to choose our religion, to choose how we express ourselves, to choose what we do in our everyday life. The American Constitution, the U.S. Constitution, is the very document this country is founded upon. It is what gives the rules of engagement within government. It is what gives us our God-given liberties. It is the most pivotal, dynamic document you will ever encounter in your existence, and it is being shredded. It is absolutely being whisked away in forever memories. The Constitution should never be a memory. It should always be at the front of your mind. It should always be at the front of your day, every second of every minute, of every hour, of every day. The Constitution should be alive and beating in it. Every choice that you make in your life depends on the Constitution. Without the Constitution, you have no say in government. Without the Constitution, you have no say in your freedom of religion. Without the Constitution, you have no say in sharing your opinion. Without the Constitution, you have no access to media, to press. Without the Constitution, you are absolved of fact, decision-making, freedom. A long time ago, people began crying out about the Second Amendment. People were focused on the Second Amendment. You can't have my guns. It says in the Constitution you can't have my guns, and it is a valid fight. And we have fought it fiercely for years. But what of the other amendments? What of the rest of the Constitution? When they introduced red flag laws, people said, wait a minute, that's an infringement. That's an infringement on my First, Second, Third, Fourth, Sixth, 14th Amendments. How is this flying? It's flying because we allowed it to. Because all of our separate divisions, our militias, our religious, our non-religious, our non-militia, all of these American citizens who have a say in instituting the Constitution, in enforcing it, in abiding by it, were silenced by division. The American Constitution Coalition is American citizens who are coming together to say, there will be no more manipulation of the Constitution. There will be no more manipulation of the election process. There will be no more infringement. There will be no more silencing of the American people. And it doesn't matter if you are militia or you never even heard of a militia. It doesn't matter if you are Christian or atheist. It doesn't matter if you are gay or straight. It doesn't matter if you are black or white. It doesn't matter if you're educated or third grade dropout. The Constitution stands for all. The American Constitution Coalition is a gathering place for all American citizens to come together and say, that will be enough. How many of you have doubted someone's ability to get into office because they lacked the financial means to do so? How many of you have cried out that big money and big corruption funds our election process? How many of you have wished that you could get someone into office that could hear you and speak for you and represent you as they're called to do by the Constitution? How many of you have dreamed of the day that you don't have to prove why the Constitution is valid? The American Constitution Coalition is that network. The American Constitution Coalition is that gathering of Americans that can unify and say, that will be enough. The Constitution stands as written, verbatim. And if you want to challenge me on it, that's fine. Because there are all of these hundreds of thousands of people out here that agree with me. There's all of these someday millions of people within the American Constitution Coalition that agree with me. And if you want to try and strong-arm me with your money, that's fine. We fundraise. If you want to try to outpower me with popularity contests on social media, that's fine. We've got plenty of faces to throw out there. If you want to try to silence the little guy who we trust and endorse running for this political seat, that's fine. We'll roar louder. But one person cannot do it. 2 people cannot do it. 100 people cannot do it. It takes us as American citizens unifying under one umbrella, that being the Constitution, and saying, I will stand with you, brother and sister. I will stand up for the Constitution. I don't want to see our country get to a point that there is an uprising. I do not want to see the day that we have to enact bearing arms. Let's stop the tyranny now. Let's begin the discussion. Let's unify like minds. Let's get support for the little guy. Let's work together to conquer this battle. What they have done is strategically isolated us. They have created division. They make us isolate ourselves by believing in one cause or one direction. We get so passionate about it, we forget about everything else, and then they pop something up over here, just like red flag laws. If we can all agree that the Constitution is the founding document of this country and absolutely essential to our liberties, and that it is being violated and defiled, and our liberties are being infringed on, if we can all just agree on that level, we are America. From there, we have to make decisions on how to move forward. The American Constitution Coalition is a gathering of people to start the roundtable discussion on how to conquer this, to unify in fundraising efforts to get the average Joe in office who can hear us, to stand against tyrannical actions taken against the American people and the Constitution, to stop tragedy before it happens through corruption. Our country is worth fighting for. Our Constitution is worth fighting for. No matter what your background is, your age, your race, your beliefs, your religious background, your cultural background, no matter what your abilities are, you are an American citizen and you are valuable in this fight for the Constitution. I am asking you to please join us, the American Constitution Coalition, and give us your feedback. Every single opinion matters. Every single idea matters. And when we can learn to unify under the Constitution and not under a clique or a belief or an ideology, but the Constitution that allows us to have those things, we become powerful. And when we become powerful, we can show them that power can be used for good. That power can be used to drain the swamp, to stop corruption, to stop the infringements, to stop the desperation in this country, to stop the invasions, to stop the deaths. America is worth it. You are worth it. You are worthy of this journey. The Constitution is worthy of this journey. This was an idea brought forward by someone who loves the Constitution, who loves this country, and wants to see all Americans heard. Join us at American Constitution Coalition. Join the discussion. Join the effort. Take your Snicker bar that you snack on each day and take that dollar and donate it to the average Joe that has the potential to get in office and replace the politician you are outraged by. There is no amount of money, there is no amount of connection, there is no amount of corruption that can silence the American people if they are unified. We are the United States of America, and we need to show that we remain united. American Constitution Coalition welcomes every American citizen. We welcome you to the discussion. Be proactive in this country. Set down your division. Step forward into your liberties. I invite you to check out the website, check out the YouTube channel, check out the Facebook page, put your feelers out there, and then decide for yourself whether you're worth the fight. Decide for yourself whether you'd rather fight alone or fight with people who believe in the Constitution as much as you do. Look around at the politicians who are representing you in this very moment and say, am I happy with them or am I tolerating them because I don't think I can get anyone else in there? American Constitution Coalition is giving you the opportunity to get someone else in there. All you have to do is take the step forward and say, I'm willing to try this. Visit the Facebook page, visit the YouTube channel, visit the website. Talk to people who are involved in this. Ask questions. Be a fly on the wall. Gather information. There's nothing secret, nothing OPSEC, nothing you're shunned from. You don't have to hide who you are or what you believe in. The Constitution stands for all. It is simply a circle of Americans who love this country and will do anything to have a voice in it. The Constitution gives us that right, and we're just gathering the herd. I hope to see you there. I'm A.C. Lido. Feel free to find me on my page, message me in my inbox, reach out to me on YouTube. There's multiple other individuals that are involved in devising the American Constitution Coalition. This is a legal endeavor that we're doing, documented with the IRS, business license and all. There is nothing shady about it, nothing secret about it. You are becoming a lobbyist for the Constitution. By coming to A.C.C., you are lobbying for your liberties and for the liberties of those around you. And you should come with pride and motivation and a belief in this country. If you felt hopeless at any point in the last decade, you need to be at A.C.C. And you need to take that helplessness and say, what is the solution? And be joined by thousands of others who say, what if we try this? There is a way out of this hole, but the only way is to truly unite. America, it's time to take our liberties back. It's time to be diplomatic, logical, strategic. It is time to get into those political seats. It is time to preserve the Constitution. It is time to believe in us, even though we have been taught for years, you're just never going to get there. A.C.C. says you will, and we will. I hope to see you there. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. God bless you guys. I'll see you on an upcoming broadcast.